all the baby where don't broke me at, where don't make me feel like say I'm not man enough. I no get nothing for offer. So only party will look down on me, where don't make me feel like say the life no go become something, yeah. And they walked away. All the people who promise for help me, they say come office today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping, I kept believing. Now everything don't change.
Yes, everything don't change. Welcome, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of your favorite talk show. The Talk to M show, they come to you every Tuesday on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Thank you so much, my family. If you listen to me right now on Radio Land, thank you. Not touch that dial day. You know, say this show can always teach you new things. It can show you new things, and it can direct you and point you in the right direction. So please do not touch that dial, not shake them. Just bear with me, stick with me, and we get an amazing time. We're going to spend a wonderful time as we unfold and unravel things that we perhaps might be new to you, and things that you maybe know. This show now, 1 hour show, and it can to you on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. You can also watch me on Facebook Live and go on the Epic Radio page, or you can join me on TikTok Live if you're not on TikTok. Just don't start the live. You can be a part of the live show and just watch and we learn together. And thank you so much for joining in. Just like I say, we get an amazing show, good show for you. And guess what? Today we did continue the conversation on procurement. Sweetie, on we topic, as you are aware, if you don't follow the show, we talk about careers that really transform Africa right now. So if you're a young student, you don't still listen to me, or you're about for situations, or you did college already, you think about for pivot into another course, or you did in a mid-level career professionally, you say, you know, it's in, I think, not still late for take a U-turn. Well, they present the careers that we actually are attractive now, they pay well now, and they encourage many Sierra Leoneans for going to their career there, so, and for transforming life. I don't know everything about it, I'm not an expert, just throw you a bone, left to you now. You go do the further research, go check, go watch, go read, and you see for yourself, and you see what you can do with these careers. But as I am talking to you now, these are careers that really transform this continent. A lot of young people will find themselves pursuing these careers, and in these jobs, they're making money. They are growing professionally. They are traveling the world, and then they are exposed to things that we may exposed to because they decide to make these decisions. And we don't talk about some of them career there. We talk about the ESG, environment science and environment, social and governance. Sorry, environment, social and governance. We talk about project finance. We talk about project management. We don't talk about risk management. We talk about research analysts. We talk about cybersecurity. I don't talk about all them professionals there. We talk about AI prompt engineer. We talk about AI engineer. We don't talk about procurement expert. We don't talk about all these professions, and I don't open up the opportunities. I don't tell you about opportunities that we currently doing at this country now, and opportunities that they are about for open, for you intend for going to these professions. Sorry. So I'm not lying to you. Everything I say to you is based on research, and it might not be the detailed, because I'm not a teacher. I want to teach that conversation I want to get. So I want to get with you. So I will just open your mind and encourage you and spur you for, make the right choice for yourself, career wise. You can be a part of the show. Please join me. Text me. Send me a text message on 079-994-993. You can drop me a comment on Facebook as well. Let this show be very interactive. You can also send me a text message, and I will. If you send me a message on Facebook, whether a question or a comment, I will read them and interact with you. And if you get a question, ask me. and I will try for answer. If I not get, we will figure out being somebody who can answer that question for you. So sit back, relax. I will take a short break. When I come back, we can jump into the topic, and today we can talk about specifically contract management. It just I think it just plays itself because we don't talk about procurement last week. So this week we can talk about contract management and at a much small on the supply chain and logistics, because these are two separate things. Most offices just combine all team procurement and supply chain, but some offices that we can afford it, they're separated too because it's a huge gigantic fields on their own. So they can talk a little bit about contract management, and I go into logistics and supply chain. So sit back, relax. I will join you back shortly, and then we continue from side stuff.
Promise for help me. They say come office today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping, I kept believing. Now everything don't change. Me brother see me life now. It don't get turned out. Famous standing them now. You know go fit say you don't know me now. Anytime I like a flight to Dubai now. Hey, with me baby now. Anything I like I they buy now. Turn up, cause me I let it turn down. I let it run down.
Yes, welcome back again. So last week, for you just to join the show, we talked a lot about procurement, and tell family within our procurement. Just to recap, tell family if you just join me, so you will benefit small. But if you want, you can go watch the full show on my YouTube channel, Mulku S and Bangura, or you go now the Epic Radio Facebook page. You go see, just search for my show. You will see there. You go see Andy, and you go for see the full show there. So I talk about procurement, and I define procurement. Say a day beyond just buying of things, they beyond just purchasing. So procurement and purchasing are two separate things, even though purchasing is part of procurement, but the whole thing of procurement has a whole process flow to it. And I also encourage students that really pursue procurement right now within our most of them, because I know about, maybe other universities across the country they do I don't know. Please I will let somebody tell me at the comment or drop me a text message. I encourage these students in number one for begin learn Excel immediately, so that when they come out, then go able to learn tough skills, learn how to do simple purchase order, and learn how to draft a simple procurement process, just the basics first. And if you can afford it, I want to let them go on YouTube and spend time and learn how to use Oracle products, where procurement products them. One of them now, of course, Pico, where it's a very popular procurement ERP. Where you will learn how do purchase order. You will learn how send requests to a boss for new purchases. You will learn how look at the budget and see within how the approval process they go. You will learn all them things, and if I with the college, you learn, play around, and just go YouTube, just play around them. Equip yourself, build those skills. You learn about how SAP and systems, the ERP systems they work as well, so that when you come out college, at least by the time you come out with the camp, you have skills, ready-made skills. You don't build something. If you get a small business, you design your small procurement process flow, how you procure materials, and then you can bring that into interviews where they ask you, say, what skills do you have or what experiences do you have? You can say, I build this thing for me, small business for me, papa in business for me, mama in business for me, family in business for me, party in business, and this is what we're doing. Bring something to the table. I also encourage young students and for go sit the certification examinations. Yes, the degree is cool, it's good, it's the first step, but let them go for apply for CIPS, which is a very renowned certification. When you get them, it's equal to ACCA. Having an ACCA certificate, it's an internationally recognized certificate. Go sit CIPS, and the city exam now IPAM actually, by the way, from my research. So you can also sit, if you know sit CIPS, you can sit the CAPM, when almost the same as the American version of CIPS, but CIPS is the most popular. We go encourage me young students really pursue procurement in our college for going to. So these are all tips that we I give on the last show. Today really continue forward and we can talk about the contract management aspect of it. So we don't talk lengthily on procurement. So the procurement officer enroll the stop at after I don't procure this material or the services. So not only equipment anymore, also services involved. Sometimes you procure the services of a consultant, for example, or procure the services of a contractor who can do a particular type of job, a sound engineer, or whatever it is, right? So the procurement officer enroll stops right there, unless the company where they work for add the contract management aspect of it, which is separate. It's a whole thing on your own based on the ability of the staff. So the contract management aspect, imagine the company, let's say for example, like still stay with that example I began last week about that ECOWAS the JMB President Julius Maada Bio conference center in Alungi. Let's still stay with that one day, right? Let's say, of course, it costs $124 million or so, and we then source this guy's FB group with basically now a subset of Suma Group from Turkey. Now the EPCF contractors, the engineering, procurement, and construction and finance contractors, and they're responsible for do all that procurement side. Now the big question is, they don't get in that contract for do that work. Who are the person with the ensure see that conference center day, right? Because usually it can be on paper force. Who are the person with the ensure see that conference center day, then bill them according to within the scope of the contract. Who are that person there? There is always one person with a responsibility for manage, for do an assessment, for monitor, for supervise. That's the key word, for supervise the contractor, for ensure see within the sign every letter, the I, the T, everything within the contract, for ensure say it go according to plan. Who done that person there? You guessed it right. Now the contract manager, right? The contract manager. Like I say, some office can include them at the procurement team or the procurement officer in responsibility. Some office can separate the two, and perhaps that contract management say they find a legal person for handle them. Sometimes but some office can they then get the capacity and get the money, then they hire somebody when EO landed specifically for manage the contract. It's a very, very critical job. It's a very, very important job. It ensures say, right, both sides. We source the contractor, the contractor. We ask, now we want this person, and you will get you services. All man meet expectations. All man do it in and sign for. All man keeping promises. Usually we understand every day, almost every single day of your life, almost not all the time, but almost every single day of your life, you go into a form of contract with somebody. Almost every single day you go into a form of contract. Sometimes it's mutual, sometimes it's official, and I mean, one way or the other, you study contract law. I mean, you don't read this a lot from your lecturer, and no one need for can begin tell you again everything that I mean. It's not for the layman way, not get any knowledge about it. But almost every single day you go into a contract, right, with somebody. Okay, now who that's a responsibility for ensure say that contract is carried out according to the scope, what is written. Within we don't decide, what we say we do. Who that's a responsibility, that not the contract manager a responsibility, right? It's a high demand profession, and the reason why every company, the telecom industry, they need a contract manager. The mining industry, they need a contract manager. The energy industry, they need a contract manager. Every business, major, once that big business, that multinational business, the Dangote groups, we get in manufacturing companies and production companies, they need construction manager. We can assign now all them construction, them manufacturing and production companies, they need contract manager. If you not get a contract manager, you'd expose the company into huge loss, and you'd expose the company, you put the company at risk of producing products or services of very low quality, very, very, very low quality, because they don't meet the standards. All right. So usually the contract manager can work in mining companies or big production companies, and with the manufacturer, the contract manager, they work closely with the quality assurance or quality control person, where they can call QA or QC. You don't see them now. Then someone in job role say they can put QA or QC. That the person, and they work closely with that person, because they get the standard of the quality where they don't set. They get for meet with whatever they procure, whatever don't come. And then the contract manager, they ensure say they monitor and supervise whatever is being procured. So that building, the GMB conference center, right? According to the scope, I don't see the contract. This is just hypothetical. I'll just give an example. I don't see the contract. I don't know what's in the inside it. But of course, we don't see this. We don't see the conference center, which means it's there. It happened, not so. So hypothetically, of course, there is a scope. Say the contractor, you're supposed to build the conference center in a certain way, and it's at a certain height, right? The ceiling for you certain material, okay. The walls then for use certain material for cover the wall. The paint for they of a certain material. The construction, everything. You forget make sure say you get a fire alarm. Make sure say you get exit points. You out and column. You label it. All that one in specifications, and we they inside the contract we they sign for that day. Not to buy like how they bill we start this content. Like how people in the below start na salon. You know how they below start salon. But I got me man a contractor. I don't see them build one tools. I go meet them, but say the man house say okay. Say I can draw plans if I sabi draw plan. Not to work. They go see the draw the plan. You don't draw the plan. You can't say this place here. You not just picture it watch, because you not get any knowledge about structural engineering. You not get any knowledge about civil engineering, so you know what to look for. You even the measurements, if you really watch them or you just see, but you don't know exactly what they mean, right? So the person they can give you say, I look at ICR, it's fine. This look good, man. Who started that? You start. The contractor back and they get in man and then go begin build those. The problem with most of the time is because you need to engineer, you don't understand what's in the contract. You don't understand what's in the specifications of the plan. You didn't know for you get a particular type of block or a pillar, you don't know how much cement for go to that pillar day. You don't know basically the cement in temperature, because what we know they understand is the temperature of the cement, right? And it determine the longevity of the longevity and strength of the structure. But Bokuma no dande, Bokuma no understand the way go. You don't know, but everybody they mix. You see then the sweat on that someone under they sweat. Where they go find they go put for sponge to go water. They pack water pan the motor. You smap you don't even know what you watch. You don't even know. You don't watch them. You see you don't beat 10 bag. So you don't beat 10 bag cement. They don't put in a block you want see no map. You don't know the structure of the block. You don't know the strength of the block. You don't know the temperature of the block. You don't know nothing. Just map the colline. Me used to go small. Me used to go fine. You don't know. You not get the tools them or the information them for check you party where you go hire as a contractor. Say party man. According to the contract, whose contract? No sign no contract. You don't give you any specification. You know it nothing. You just by word of mouth. I do this for you. A YouTube app now they call it the watch. Now make host and for don't fit fatter. And then go from the government side, we supposed to get building permits. We building inspectors and supposed to come. They can help you for inspect the building. Nothing. And they do this country. I they see that they building them. So I'm not gonna exit. and one green in and one green way for go inside, and one green way for come out. Even the one that we get exit, they're not well labeled, they're not well lit, they're supposed to get light all the time. Buildings in there, they not get fire extinguishers, they not even get smoke detectors at all. So if fire bursts on site, no smoke detector, you know nothing, right? Nothing on the way go, at least for reduce the impact of the fire. So many things, and because number one, most of these buildings are being built without any proper contract management, any proper contractor, any proper arrangement. We just do haphazard thing in this country because we think it's cheaper, we think it's easier, but we forget the risk we involve. So you don't see why it's very important to get a contract manager, somebody will understand these things. And usually these are people that are subject matter experts. We understand these things and get an idea of what they do. So every business by default, you should and you must, if you want for save money, and if you want for save cost and provide quality, hire a contract manager. Imagine if in our other country, like with standards day, in the US, in Europe, if you don't see this particular building here, so supposed to last for 25 years or 30 years, and then in 15 years that building collapse, according to the contract manager can hold the contractor. See, you be say this building will last for 25 years. In 20 years, you don't for them, something is not right. The liability automatically goes to the contract manager, right? But of course, the contractor, but the contract manager don't fail in duty, because why you not be don't pick this up from the beginning? Or do I be they did not pick them up from the beginning? Or sometimes they not even get a contract manager at the time. You don't see? So costs involved. So is it better if you spend more now and save future cost? Or you act cheap, puts the whole business at risk, and then in the future it costs you way more for fix a future problem? Which one you would choose? You choose. You really know now. You choose. So which one you would choose? So I'm making a case that contract managers, they are very powerful people. They are well strategic, and they are subject matter experts, and they are needed and they are necessary in different sectors, right? The contract manager, and one of them was, I remember when I be the when I be the metro cable and be the work on vault, and I would mention the contractor for definitely reasons best known. But one of the things that we quickly realized was we had a vendor, and one of the key thing we come up was the vendor don't come, don't present in contract and say this is what I can do, this is what I'm capable of doing, blah 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 and blah. Then can make all those bogus stuff based on the scope we present. And something came up and we quickly realized, say, oh no, I began for left me job, like basically which I supposed for do, like what I supposed for focus on, right? And turn my attention towards looking at the scope, the entire scope of the contract, and then start picking apart exactly within the contract or the person who don't hire, within he say he able to do based on the scope of game, and begin ask questions, begin ask them and hold them accountable, and not be end well. Because a lot of people, they claim, say, I can do this, I will do this, I will provide this, I will do that, and then when push comes to shove, then they give cold feet. And so then they began for make, I escalated it. I had to escalate it at the time, and then something was done, a decision was taken. But you need a contract manager. You need somebody where you would watch exactly. I think I was at K3 by then, not to Metro Cable. I would be with K3 as the commercial director. So you need somebody where they watch the contract based on the scope, everything where they did, and then that person, they constantly mind the contractor. If the contractor default, there has to be an agreed penalty. It has to be a mutual agreement, because if you say you provide, for instance, 500 chairs, And the chairs them now soft spongy chairs, now ergonomic chairs them for the ergonomic mean chairs the way healthy we go protect you back and your neck from pain. I go put on the JMB conference center. I go supply them by so dates between January to February, and all 100 chairs then go be of same quality. And then we supply them chair then they I can't find out say Nagbash Mashinka. I can't find out say the ergonomic back or you get see the game maybe you're not just fishing net na again. I can't find out say even the foot sense if no better one no even broke on the way. Clearly in a breach of contract, Andy. We should have agreed that if you breach this contract, number one, I'm not going to accept this thing. You know, they draft the penalties altogether. They agree on them, so that a no gets the motivation for go against waiting una don't decide and waiting una don't decide for sign. And so contract management is a very, very lucrative and critical job where anybody can decide if you're not a very good if you're not possible with these types of skill sets. So these are the type of skill sets you look for. You have to be a very good negotiator, similar to procurement, but you have to be very good at negotiating. On top of that, you need to be detail oriented. You know, to somebody when I'm they watch that scheme number, the scheme like I go this paper no more. I just watch the paper. I don't understand all these. No, that was I can't person in one time. They need somebody we get attention to detail, where they look at every detail, every keyword, every letter, interpret them and ask questions. You need to be detailed oriented. Then you see the devil is in the detail. You need to be able to understand every letter where they write inside it. For they be a very good contract manager. You for be comfortable with numbers. You for know small statistics. I mean, you for be small maths. Because there are you have to do a lot of calculation, especially if you deal with construction management, right? If you're managing construction contracts, because when these people they give them specifications, most of the time now in equations, now in measurements, right? If you know sabi within 3 years to the square 5, or if you know sabi cubic meter, or you know sabi anything in the I will able for interpreter. If you know able for convert centimeters to meters, you know able convert inches to feet, forget it. This job not for you, right? You're supposed to be at least statistically oriented. It's a bit small mathematics, you know, for free math. Even if you know sabi, keep trying, keep learning until you get to right? Because it will make you a better contract manager. So if you sabi small thing, not to if you know the law aspect, you sabi law no more. If you want for just do the literal side of it, then no failing safe now any production, mining, or in energy, or those hardcore sectors, you can still able for do your work. Now then sector they will say no require major no statistically heavy. Okay, and then if you be a very strong communicator. And this is something I go emphasize on. A lot of people not sabi for communicate effectively and officially. And most people when they communicate as they run out of ideas now causing the cause or start making rudeness or be very aggressive to whoever they deal with. So no, that's not a good trait. You need to be a problem solver. For see the problem and amplify the problem. For be somebody way sabi for solve problem, and you for be ethical and trustworthy. Very important, because let a contractor not come to you and say, Sam, chill, Sam, this contract worth $40 million. So you know what they do, and they give at least $5 million for just keep you quiet, turn you attention, turn your eyes, your neck, turn other side. Watch me, no ask me, don't ask me nothing. You have to be someone that could say no, I'm not going to be part of this. This is not what I signed up for, and I go jeopardize my job, my dignity, and I go jeopardize a whole nation. So you're supposed to be trustworthy and ethical enough for reject some of those things, because trust me, contractors will do that so they will cut corners. They will do that so they will save money. Contractors always want to save money because they believe if they finish the construction based on the savings, we of course they're not going to tell you, they're not going to declare everything to you. Now you for good at their own pocket, so they want for save, all right. And so now you get for come say no, it's not going to be at the expense of the contract or at the expense of what they do. So you're supposed to be able to stand you ground and be very firm in your decision making. All right. Some of the career pathway, then you can be a procurement assistant, you can be a contract administrator, and you can go as high as a contract director. As high as a contract director. So, also, in addition, before I close this down, in addition, if you really want to hone in on your skills on contract management, CIPS is a very good place to start. CIPS is highly recommended. All the research that I don't do, CIPS is highly recommended. And another course we can read now, World Commerce and Contracting, right? World CC, now certificates, instead of an international certification course, we can help you for be a very internationally recognized certification. And I can tell you the last time, no land book for limit yourself only to Sierra Leone. No land book for limit yourself only to the four walls of this corner. Land book so you go able to compete with people and with out there, compete with Ghanaians, compete with Nigerians, compete with Tanzanians, compete with South Africans, Rwandans. You're supposed to be able for position yourself in those rooms and tell them, say, I can do what you are doing even way better than you. So that's what should be your aspiration. Not just land, say, okay, well, most salon then job there with there, not there, no. Prepare yourself. And like I'm telling you, these opportunities are coming. They are slowly coming. We get a number of mining companies within this country, and jobs will continue for they will continue for put out job adverts, and we hope that things continue for stable and stabilize, and this will go down. We will see and attract more investment. Why we prepare for those times, or you start looking outside of Sierra Leone, start looking for opportunities outside, start looking for opportunities for UNOPS, because that's what UNOPS then they do, basically building infrastructure and facilities all across the world. You can work now UNOPS if you get the right qualifications. These certifications sets you up for work for Dangote group of company. Yes, these are all the opportunities that we did it. Not limit yourself only to Sierra Leone. When you get these certifications, it sets you up for bigger and better opportunities abroad. Okay, I'll go take a short break, and then when I come back, I will introduce the next topic on our supply chain, where I will talk about also from a family and for land, and just tickle their interest and see if they want to pursue a career down that pathway. I'll be right back.
So only party when look down on me, where don't make me feel like say my life no go become something, and they walked away. All the people who promise for help me, they say come office today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping, I kept believing. Now everything don't change. Me brother see me life now, it don't get better now. Famous standing them now. You know go fit say, you don't know me now. Anytime I like a fly to Dubai now, hey, with me baby now. Anything I like I they buy now. Turn down, cause me I let it turn down, I let it run down. I'm looking forward to a brighter future. I'm moving ahead, I never stop for nothing. I'm looking forward to a brighter future. I'm moving ahead, I never stop for nothing.
I'm never silent. Shake up your body, yeah. Let me make all the man they carry it. Shake up your body to the beat, yeah.
For this one where we dey, people go come inside you life. Some go come for stay, and some go come and go. The reason why someone go stay, now only God know. The reason why someone go go, now God himself know. Me brother, me I don't go regret. If you decide for go, it's happened for a reason. Now only God to know. What you get for no say, it's never the end. Cause the downfall of a man, no, not to the end of in life. And then they give up, and then they turn down. Every day and they turn up.
Yes, welcome back again to your favorite talk show. I'm your host, Mulku Sulaiman Bangura, and if you just tune in, we just end the topic on contract management. Everything you need to know about contract management. Don't forget, so you can be a part of the show. You can text me on 0799949993, or you can call on 0799949993, and I'll be glad to entertain your calls. And also, if you get a question or if you get any comments, then drop it. And also there on Facebook. Thanks so much for the one that we're tuning in right now. I will try to catch up on your questions or any comments as well if you get follow up on Facebook. So we head straight to the next topic, when supply chain, right? As I state earlier, within a supply chain, many of us, right, we consume everyday goods or everyday service or something or food every day. We don't even care. We don't know what's come out. And truly, Bokuma really not care. We just want to enjoy the benefits of the goods or the benefits of the service or the benefits of the product. We don't care, man. No at made. That's what Bokuma can say. No at made. But behind all of those things that we enjoy, for example, the bread we eat now, or we about for it, or the way you get for it, that bread. Most of the time, we don't really care how the bread come about. We just need to buy bread we eat. The only time we can care about bread small, I can say flour no they. Someone if you ask, I'm waiting flour for the bread. Yeah, so we really don't care about within everything that the things that we they need. But the supply chain, within supply chain, really they talk about. Supply chain they talk about the road. The first raw material, right? They pass it can to the end product with on bread. So for example, still stick with bread. For let you get bread, therefore plant one crop what they call wheat. And it not confuse me, but those I don't call themselves GMO bread. Oh no, this are they talk about bread, healthy bread. Then they plant one crop, at least what they call wheat, right? So from wheat, you can forget now the flour they come up, but for that wheat they lay and turn into flour. Of course, you have to go through a lot of processes: plant and water and take go this that, then go and harvest and take and can go get away boku, can go to that factory in a flour factory specifically, flour factory now. Then they pull the wheat, then process them, dry them, this that, that stuff that happens, and then take the flour, take the flour, it can go to a wholesaler now they sell the flour, and then from that wholesaler where they sell the flour, take the flour, can go to a bakery and can go then go box. If you see I think in box and bread they working it. Now go one against be some man they sweat all they do up the body, and I make the bread sweet like and so. Box and process and put on the heater. That me say hey, me I say heater, then put it at the oven. And put it at the oven, then gets the local oven where they make with clay, and then gets that electric oven. But I like that clay one because we use coal. When bread, when we put coal, pan bread, it get that fine brownish color, that natural brownish color. I like can pass we put on a machine, not like machine bread. So, then put it inside there, and then take that bread there, and then sell and give the retailer. That retailer himself can buy bulk, and then retailer go put on in shop, or then one day they sell bread, full of man bread, and put on them like they waiting that. See the process, all that one then now the process that they take to you now where they go, where the customer, where they go pay with your money and buy the bread they eat I go to belly. So that's basically the supply chain for the bread. And supply chain there about the iPhone we use now, or whatever phone you use now. Right now, a combination of different parts. Them, like for example, now this iPhone we use now, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, for example, or the most recent phone. The screen itself is an OLED screen, right? Now Samsung the maker. The screen itself, now Samsung the maker. Not so Apple they make the screen. Now Samsung they make the screen. On top of that. Now Samsung also they make the batteries, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody call it and obstruct me a bit. But yeah, so the screen itself, the screen at Samsung, they make the screen. Oh, the cameras, yes, the camera at Samsung, they make the camera there now for all iPhones, going forward. And so the battery is also being made separately. The chips already inside the phone now Taiwan they come off from. Because they're not the master power pan chip production. They need to use Intel chips anymore. So Taiwan are the chips and they come off from, and then the battery comes from. I think I've forgotten that don't forget how the battery they come off from. But yes, so I'm saying all of this to say, for let you get an iPhone, where do you use so now? All then different parts there, so all they come from different countries, that they all under the supply chain. Now when you look at them pattern, they need for be assembled now one place. You understand, eh? They need for be assembled now one place, because gone are the days when I was growing up, there were stories over there, you see, then they couple up a particular item now, and then they put the item can on and they couple up. Most factories and most big companies, then they're against Nani now. So gone are the days when they do that. Then we try for assemble, do the full assembly now one side, and when they ship out from that side, then now almost the finished product. We think they go do now just small, counting, labeling, tagging. Now they go do now before them we then call them. So before they making sales. So I'm saying all of it to say the supply chain now they take charge of all the items. Imagine Samsung that they make they make the camera, that they make the screen, that screen. I make iPhone screen and non better, they don't improve now. First time if you buy biscuit, I see they don't book. So imagine if and Samsung they get branches of course, but them now South Korea now they them a company based in Singapore, then they other areas them. You understand, the other countries them. But the phone itself is being assembled in China, right? They get iPhone gets some other items that already come off from Germany, okay? But the phone itself, right? Now China, now then they assemble them. Now then they pack put all the way they call it, put it according to. For let a reach now China, there are people them where they responsible for transport all the items there so for each through plane, through water when a ship, and through land when a trucks, right? So all them people there so we responsible, right, for pulling here and take this the supply chain and then the thing they want to use for transport them, keep them safe, right? For make sure say nothing not do not crash, everything at the logistical aspect of it and it's a whole logistics is a very broad area. As I did into the energy sector now, I realize logistics, we haven't even scratched the surface of logistics in this country. It's a very lucrative area. I therefore bring logistics experts now where you can't tell about logistics. It's a beautiful cause. It's a beautiful program where they work for multinational companies, where they work for big corporations. It's a very broad spectrum. Like for example, the reason why I say broad, because I get so much standardizations, right? For example, starting this phone, it gets the box we supposed for the logistics person supposed for know that. You get a certain box we supposed for day. You get certain weight to know for go above them. It gets outside for day if not fragile. You know side for keep them. You get the whole warehousing aspect of it. It's a very very broad spectrum. But if you notice, I don't talk about the supply chain. All in things in there, that supply chain there, and the supply chain need the logistics now for take their items there so and bring them come, right? That is the logistics aspect there. They focus on the transportation, warehousing, inventory, packaging, and distribution. Usually, now in the logistics aspect can take. So that's basically the process. So anytime they use a product, anytime they use anything, think about usai the raw material and come on from and the process it takes till it get to you. There are people within life where they live in this world now for making me to enjoy. The things we they enjoy now, the benefits, the products, the services, there are people already suffer for them. Like in the US, trucking, for example, if trucks then stop for a run for 1 minute in the US, it's a big problem in America. It basically almost bringing the economy into a halt. If truck then stop for a run in America, just for example, I'll just give you an example. Trucks then stop for a run in America, it's almost going to bring America to its knees. Trucking is the core of the US economy. People in there, we know they sleep. Basically, they spend 18-20 hours just driving for ensure say they're able to bring the product to the consumer. That are the logistics aspect, right? So truckers are very critical in the economy of the US, and then they manage, because at the back of the truck, then they get all kind product with inside it. And most importantly, I have to say this quickly. One thing you also understand is when you handle, there are different trucks for different products. For example, if you carry perishable products or perishable goods like fruits, vegetables, your truck supposed for able to get certain features. Of course, if you're able to be a refrigerator at the same time, for keep that product there and constantly keep them at a certain temperature as you travel time for go left them. These are all standards we need for be done. We lack in a place like a Sierra Leone. Now I make you find out, say, people in the struggle. You don't see a cassava leaf kinka. You never ask yourself how cassava leaf. That already eat, especially if you're not a planter, if you're not picking a farm. You know, so I can come on. One day, just if you don't want to travel it, or you not take that chance, they talk to me young audiences. Take time no more, just travel, see they go, just go Mashaka or go fast small. Let you see whether the man that look cassava leaf. This whole thing. Them brother away, then taxi driver, whether they get for put the cassava leaf, the how they call her, the tamper, then la pade or them bag. The manado, the tire right on top the waiting. So taking it, the guy man say the cassava leaf, the link by the motor. That cassava leaf, the enemy can of course, it is of course spuma. The fruits not to team for talk. The people in the struggle for carry and transport fruit. One of the things that we're really lacking at this country, we not get, number one, proper transportation system. Number two, proper warehousing system, and number three, proper handling of these them food there. So that make most people really produce them food there, and for each naton, it's quite expensive. Imagine handling is bad, transportation is bad, and then we not get the proper systems in place. And on top of dandy, I get for great all them policemen and then checkpoints. So what if you see they come? What if you say how if you see they eat here? So one day when they eat, whatever they eat, stop and ask yourself, who said this thing come on? One day when they eat, stop, ask yourself, say, who said this thing? Who said this come out? If you ask yourself, say, who said this thing come out, then you will start thinking critically. You will start for imagine how challenging it is for their systems there. So because of the lack of their systems there, logistical systems, how challenging it is for them in Canada, let them get to you and let you able utilize them. That's why things are very expensive, because when you think of the logistical nightmare way involved, this is just an example of it. Another example I will give to you, simple. If down the wedding then wedding planner or event planner, not to picking logistical nightmare they can get, because usually event planners them, well, especially if you're a small business owner, they're not going to get truck of their own, so they can need for go rent truck. But the problem with them truck there, so we're not getting truck that we're comfortable enough for take certain amount of chairs or certain amount of tables and pack them in a very orderly manner. I've seen people pack stuff like going back to the US, because now that I don't see it happen. In the US, you get a whole trucking company, right? Where they all work, well, not to one, they get multiple trucking companies. But the people in way now they walk down there for pack, they sabi pack items them. Now then they pack them in such a way that You no go worry about your glass plates, your glass cup. You no go worry about you fragile items and from broke. You no go worry about choking things and way them for choke. For example, U-Haul. If you hire a U-Haul service and you pay them, tell them say I want for transfer, I want for una account, I can't pack them here for me. Be rest assured, all the items in the reach, hardly you get issue with anyone say this work. Even though yes, one or two errors, human errors can be, where of course the company will take the liability and pay for them. But these guys are well trained for do that. So I'm saying all of this to say these are all part of logistics, the logistical aspect of things, understanding how to pack these items in a safe and secure manner. Warehousing is a big deal in this country. We don't know how for. One of the things that all the struggle I always think about is we don't get that kind of warehousing for keep fruits. Simple fruits with people in this, with them market woman in the sell. We don't get proper warehousing for an Sierra Leone. Me, I don't know una correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know sabi all thing. But I make you find out say the one way they sell fruit, if you see they not sell them fruits in 2 days, by the time the third day, fourth day, the fruit some well, pass and go to AM. It's a very risky business for involved into this country. You buy you mango, with the hand they sell mango. They make the one selling mango. They want make sure say you buy the mango. You see, you the one like they go fast. That's why they even get the impetus for the go take raw mango. Because if the mango not sell the first 2 days, they say go set them, so that at least it go. Because we not get proper system. We supposed to get system, proper warehousing or storage facility. We go keep those fruits in the right temperature, so that it don't go spoil. So it go there for as long as at least it will extend in life, in shelf life. I don't say food not the spoil, even in the US or wherever. US I don't live, I don't see spoil fruits right? But with proper storage facility, you extend that food in shelf life, and it give the businessman the opportunity for let them buy them, let it sell. You understand it? All of that falls under the logistical aspect. So logistics is a very broad area, and it's needed in this country. We need logistics experts. We need logistics experts, not only for go work now wataki, not only for go lift heavy equipment, having a logistics company for lift heavy equipment. I mean, that's a whole ball game way. Like I said, I'll bring somebody kind of so way we can explain. But I realize the money with the pan logistics, there is big opportunity for logistics in Sierra Leone if you invest into the right sector in logistics. So there are different sectors. There are very many different sectors. I just don't mention one. When basically the warehousing, the storage, when a whole sector on its own, you get the transportation aspect of it, right? You get the one where they deal with heavy equipment. We get certain equipment where businesses, mining companies, and they hire how for transport them, pull them come up from the water key, from the port, put them at the right transportation, make sure say then transport them to the right destination, having the right crane with the right weight for lift those items, for lifting from the ship. So it's a whole ball game on its own, and people are making a killing. We invest into our early, and even the one day where they work there, we get the right qualifications. They are making money. I go try for bring a logistics expert. Let we can talk to them. Let you say here with the talk. Let you know say waste my breath. But it's a very lucrative sector. So, as I say, people that they confuse procurement, they just say jumble all. Procurement, supply chain, and logistics. So procurement in India, we make sure say it gets the best product, the best goods, the best service, right? Supply chain, and they plan now the entire movement. How to bring this? Because, for example, if you add someone buy a generator now for power the light, the procurement officer don't pay for them, right? How to bring kind of this country? You get to plan that entire process from the company where you buy from, take the HR water key, take the motor way for transport the weight of the car, the crane way for lift if it be the right weight, take it reach now the plant to side for the base for already, people in for already for receive all I want for plan it's usually a logistical nightmare, but exactly that's the role of the logistics man. For ensure say come up from point A and to point B. It's not an easy job. You're supposed to be a master planner. You're supposed to be somebody with an organizer, somebody with on top of things, somebody with a leader, with a think critically, right? And like I said, the supply chain person in the plan the entire movement, and then logistics now basically now they work now they for carry them. You understand? So they make it depends by who side you work and depend by the office. Some can jumble all, some can separate them if they're capable of separating it. Okay. I mean, without supply chain, remember COVID. When COVID hit, we all know what happened when COVID hit. Truckers are nobody move now the US. Shipping companies nobody operate. Nobody ship. Nobody sit on a ship. Right? The world going to a standstill. The world experienced shortages on everything, raw material, this, that, everything. Like I tell you, there are people the way they're responsible, they work, that they keep this world moving. They work now for ensure say you will eat every single day. You will move from point A to point B. Think about it. The fear way they get, how you say you they get them. Right? The plane with the land. If you say that plane land, who are responsible for make that plane land properly? So many moving parts. Okay? I mean, the ship. If ship not come at this country for just one week or 2 weeks, you will get shortage on a number of items because we depend on these things for be done. The supply chain not for cut short, not enough for affect them. If you sell you market safe, right? If you don't use for buy a particular market, you don't use for get them from a particular place, and then the person says, "Oh, I'm not getting much can for go there," and then the customer the money you say, "Oh, with the rest, you bland sell rest. When you get the rest again, oh, you tell them, no, what the person bland go say, you know, much cannot do the much cannot and bug. Now so customer they balance you, then go find possible get rest." So logistics is very, very important. Whatever you do, whatever you plan, always include the logistical aspect of it. Always include. So if you want to go pursue a profession in logistics, it's a very good profession because almost every sector, the mining, power, oil and gas, manufacturing, agriculture, NGO, banks, everywhere, the telecoms, the telecommunication, the internet companies, shipping companies, I don't just mention airline, ports, hospitals, government, e-commerce. Every company, every sector need a supply chain, a logistics expert, right? Somebody able to manage for forecast demand, order products, monitor inventory, track shipment, manage warehouse, negotiate with transport companies, reduce costs, improve efficiency, solve delays, ensure customer satisfaction. Look, that personal responsibility where they put in charge, they can say, now they sit down and say, this war that Iran. The war between US, Iran, and Israel, it ever cause more logistical nightmare for you. So you need to thing, don't buy enough. Don't first of all not build perfect storage system. So we will able to buy enough and keep them and make sure that the storage system is able for preserve whatever they buy. So you know spoil. So you will keep them for the next 6 months. Now that person in working on that logistics, supply chain and logistics expert supposed to be able to look at what's they happen around the world, predict and forecast things before things get worse, right? And also for track, make sure say it track the shipment, track the flight, track things within a road, right? If not truck then they come by, track, make sure they track the truck and know when the truck the land, when the truck the can and tongue and that kind of stuff. All that they need for be done by the logistics person, right? And like I say, you need to be an analytical thinker, strong communication, negotiation skills, leadership for Sabi Excel. That is mandatory. If you don't Sabi Excel it, I mean, you're not ready. It's for go professionally. I mean, start there, the basic first. If you start, if you be a problem solver, planning, time management, if you be a data analyst, if you're able to look at the data every single day and predict what will happen in the next coming, months or weeks, right? And the technology nowadays they use, I mentioned Oracle ERPs, right? I don't talk about ERP. If you don't know it's not ERP, please watch the show last week. I talked about SAP, them products away we didn't get. You for understand how they work, understand how RFIDs and the work. RFIDs now they radio frequency IDs them. Understand how they work, which then they use them for barcodes, right? Barcode readers, GPS tracking. Understand all these things. They teach you all down in logistics management. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. It's a very lucrative field. And guess what? They pay you bottom dollars for these things. AI know that you place logistic work. AI will able to do the analysis, yes. It will able to do the forecasting, yes. It will able to do other things, but AI cannot negotiate. No, AI can't negotiate. AI can't call the driver and check on the driver, which make the driver delay or which make the shipping delay. He can't. AI cannot do that. Right? It will put warehouse automation, yes. But making a strategic decision, AI cannot. Right? So AI is not going to take that job. It will take part of the job and make you work easier and use that as a tool for make you work easier. So you don't have to worry about it if you want to go into RAM. Right? So, like I say, some of the certifications that you need for pursue logistics, you need CIPS. I don't mention CIPS a lot. CSP. Now another certification. APICS, Certified Supply Chain Professional, is also a good certification for GET. Like I say, these certifications, not for out and call ourselves, not for Sierra Leone. Do not think about Sierra Leone. Think outside of Sierra Leone, right? CPIM certification also is there, right? And then CPSM, supply management. I don't mention supply management last week back. So let's just stick to CIPS, what I mentioned last week, and CPSM. These two. If you get certification on these two, it sets you apart. It sets you at a pedestal for compete, with other international experts and other logistics experts all across the world. And guess what? They are being paid bottom dollars. They are being paid bottom dollars. If you're interested, start by learning Excel. Start with Excel first. Please. Sabi Excel. I mean, every single day, if in a 1 hour you take you to learn Excel, it will help your life. Right? Basic. You don't have to, there are too many automation applications now, but you just get the basic first. Okay? Learn Power BI. Learn about how to use Power BI for analyze, for make better analysis. Because Power BI is designed for handle huge and large data, right? Just study supply chain fundamentals. Understand procurement, learn ERP system. I repeat, if you're a student, you go IPAM, you study procurement and logistics, you not sabi anything about ERP system, they ask you, you don't know how to present that, you are not fit for purpose. Go learn within our ERP system. Go understand. Go begin play around and learn how basic applications and how for manipulate basic applications, procurement applications, logistic applications. Then YouTube. Just go sit down watch. Sit down watch like you watch movie. Spend 1 hour. Spend some time. Sit down. Just learn. It must learn a lot. Keep learning. In fact, if you know you need to study supply chain and management safe now IPAM, or you need to study procurement, learn something where not in your field, we not concern you. If you're a medical doctor, learn something on supply chain. If you just learn something, because you might not know, you will find yourself in the position also you get to manage all these things. So person who can lie by you, and adding that skill is not going to take anything away from you. So learn things already outside your field and see where that takes you. Okay, earn certifications. Like I don't mention Landy. Earn certifications, and big companies around the world will look for you if you get these international certifications, because yes, there are very big logistical companies all across the world. We don't see them below. Is a very big logistical company. The AGLs of this world is a very big AGL, and Dinawataki is a very big logistical company. There are other logistical companies, or you can even start your logistics company if you get the right investments, the right investors, and you want for going to that logistics will help for bring products them from upline, fruits them, come store and build warehouses them, where na cold room them, proper cold room, neat, decent cold room. They don't build la markets na lonely. But I don't feel say them build any cold room on that side. So inside the market to manage, they keep the market. That the one thing I know we can do. Then they get for affect the contract management. I get issue than they. If that market then alumni no get cold room, side for let the people them warehouse proper decent warehouse for let the market man and keep them products. Also the one for let they keep them products with decent enough or cold room for keep them fruits them. If they get cold, if they get warehouse and safe, is it designed for keep them kind products in the way safe for each like and the next day? Anybody will understand the room temperature or the temperature way them products and they forget before spending inside all of that falls under the remit of a very professional logistics officer. What do you do it for? What do you do it for? We need more professionals in this country. As I hand up, we need more professionals in this country. We need professionals that we can transform Sierra Leone. We tire for city bankers. They do now. With the law, we don't tire now. You do. Okay, now we say one like they do now. They do. There are other professions indeed. The doctors, they wanna say, okay, we need more doctors. Yes, we need more doctors. But the law, they do small. Now it's small. Now go begin going to the other sector then now. Yeah, other sector they need the staff. Okay, we need more doctors though. We need more doctors. Yes, we need more doctors. But law, they wanna blow small. Engineering, we need more engineers. Yes, because with engineering you can diversify. There are so many sectors in the engineering side, right? So we need more people go into these specific sectors, specializing in these areas, so that we transform this country. We begin and we can suffer. Now, my own part I do, now my role I play, and I hope the one that we then us go listen, and I don't pick the interest. I just need one person for convince one person for able for say, okay, I go do procurement, I go do logistics, I go do supply chain. One person, that person they I get them, I don't do I have done my job. Thank you so much for listening to me. My guest disappoints me again this week, but again I keep trying, I keep going, and they stop. Nothing can stop me. I go all the way up, then go begin friend me this one, then go begin asking me for come on the show very soon. So next week hopefully I'll get a guest, and like I say, I try for schedule the guest them, but 9 minutes they turn me down. It's okay, it's fine. Hope next week I'll get a guest who will come. Can talk to you about procurement. Can share your experience about procurement. Can tell you how it gets for become a procurement expert. The certifications the way you do, the opportunities the way they inside procurement, and which in yourself then also way they listen, which you can take out of this, and how you can apply into your life, and how it will transform your life. And we move to another profession again. Hopefully after my interview with this guy next week. We're still there on the careers them. We are not done yet. Still get other careers that I need for talk about. So we will continue on this topic for the next couple of weeks. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. And until next week again, I've been your host, Mulku Bangura. Don't forget, if you know how to be on my social media channels, please go follow me on YouTube, Mulku Bangura, and click that bell. Follow me on Facebook as well, Mulku MU Bangura. Follow me on TikTok, Mulku_EMYU. And I will share the snippets of this as well, so you will not be there, you will miss out. You will follow through. Until next week, have a great evening.
They walked away. All the people who promised for help me. They say come office today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping.